So how do we set up and use Trello? So here's how I do it. So click on plus, create a new board. All right, so we give this board a name like example. Yeah. So you add teams into it. I add this shift team into it. So we'll talk about teams later, but you're probably just going to use it by yourself. Okay. So we set it up. Here's a new board. So the first thing we need to do is just close that menu. Oh, sorry. Add a list. Add in a list here. So we add in the first one. So I'd add in a thing called to do. It's the first thing, and you save that. And then I have a list called priority. Yeah. Taking a little bit of time to type it in, but priority. And then I have do today. Yeah, you probably don't need all these if you don't want to. And then I have delegated. And then done. Okay, so they're the columns, if you like, of your to-do list, if you like, of your thing. And then what we do is we add cards. So we add a card here, and this first card could be, I don't know, develop a marketing plan, right? So you add that, and you click add, obviously. Now it takes a few little seconds for it to actually be synced with the cloud and stuff, and then you click on it, and you can pull it up. So then you can put in a description here. So it could be develop a plan for, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you put that in, save that, it's up to the top. Then you can add team members to it. So, if you want to, you can show all your other team members. So I've got Chris and Indua and Ray and everybody. So I can add my team members in. If you add team members in, every time you add a comment to it or something, it automatically sends them an email so they can see what's going on if they're part of that process. Okay, so you can plug that in so they can actually see the board and everything else. So let's just say we add in Indua and I'm just going to work on this project together. All right, so then you can add in a comment and you can say, can you do some market research? Yeah, on this. So you add that in. All right. And bang, automatically Indua then gets, she'll be notified that there's some activity on this and she'll see it. Now you can go back and edit it, and if you want to, you can put in at Indua, and it actually makes sure she gets a message, all right? So that's one way of just communicating that. But you can add members to it, you can put labels on it, so you can color code them. You want to put a red label on it, so it's whatever. You can add a checklist into it quite simply, so you go add a checklist, and it's just, I don't know, research, assess, plan, execute. Right, pretty lousy checklist, but that's it. So you can add that checklist in, and then later on, when you've put a checklist on one card on the same board, when you open up another card on that board, it'll actually give you the option of just copying that checklist over. So you can have a checklist that you set up once and you put into multiple boards if you want to, multiple cards if you want to. So you can put in a checklist, you can put a due date in. So let's say this one's due on Sunday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and lunchtime, so that's fine. So it puts that due date in. And then you can go, if you've got any attachments to it, so you might say, righto, go to my computer, you can add in OneDrive or whatever systems you use to add in files. So you just add in a file here. So we just go desktop, probably something I took a photo of or something. What is it? I don't know what's going on with that. Desktop. Yeah, it's a screenshot I took earlier or something. Yeah. So you just plug that in, right? So that file then gets added into that, and you can close that down. All right. You can also put, in the links. You can also put attached links in, so you can put in, a link to www.sbd. I'll just shift.com.au. So you can put a link in there if you want to. Link name, you can give it a name. Oops, you can attach that. Right? So it'll attach it as a link. So you can see it's added that document in there, and it's added that link in there as a link. So you can always keep your links up in there. And checklist. And then, of course, it shows your activity. So can you do some market research on this, blah, blah, blah. Into it can then come in and make changes and stuff to it. Now, let's say, all right, so that's in our to-do list. That moves up the chain, and you go, it's now priority. All right, so you just move it. You just pick, click, and drag across the priority, and you can just keep it moving through. All right, so you move things through and back until they're done. So that's how I use it. It replicates on your phone, on your iPad, all that sort of stuff. If you want to, you can do fancier things with it, and you can star things and stuff. But that's a simple way to use it and just to drag things around. I like it because it's actually really quite visual, and I can drag things around, I can stack things, and you can delete things and do all that sort of stuff. So all the menus are just here that you're going to need. You know, share and more. You can link, you can email straight into the card. You can delete that card. You can do all that sort of stuff. All right. So yeah, that's a basic, quick overview of using Trello, and it's a great system. Now, when you come back in, so if we go up here to one of the other projects here, you can see if you click on this little notifications up here, it tells you all the things that we need to look at. Yeah, they're all the communications that have come in on boards that are relevant to you. Okay, so that's the quick thing on notifications. If you're copied into those, it has a calendar here. You can look at calendar events and all that sort of stuff, and it'll pull up events for you if you want to. You can do more advanced things with it if you like, but that's just a simple way to do things. All right, I hope that makes sense. You can look at all the advanced stuff up when you're ready. You can add in other programs to it and document programs, all that sort of stuff. But that's the basic, simple program. All right, hope that makes sense. Any questions, just give me a call, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.